I'm ready for this today.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since I've been here. You remember Stained?
No.
The band?
No.
Not My Last Weekend? It's been a while since I went and stained my own person.
Guys.
Anyways, guys.
Not okay.
Who remembers Stained? The Brandon Birdwell story. Yeah, I'm just going to push your volume, your gain.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay.
And you know what they say? No pain, no pain, no pain. Mm-hmm. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Welcome to episode 111. We've been off for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We're having to readjust everything.
Yeah, which, you know.
Hope you guys enjoyed our last 2 episodes. They were really something. They were really something.
I feel like we nailed it. What are you even?
They happened. We're nothing if not consistent.
Bad.
And that is what I am proud of us.
They happened.
For every week for 111 episodes, we've had something. Has it always been good?
No.
Depends who you ask.
Has it ever been good?
Depends who you ask.
No, it doesn't. Never has.
Anyway, I'm just proud of that. I'm proud of our consistency.
Guys, if you can't...
We win the gold medal for consistency.
Guys, welcome to
Olympics.
The participant ribbon ceremony.
2024.
I don't know if you guys know this. But after every single episode we record, we present each other with participant ribbons, and it just says, "You did it. You did a thing. You did, and no one asked you to, but you did it anyway."
They're yogurt lids.
You're the gum kid with a yogurt lid and an applesauce bib.
Yes.
That's us. Yogurt lid, gum kid, applesauce bib over here in the corner. Just
You did it.
You did a thing. Hey, flag football, adult flag football, kickball, podcasting.
Mm-hmm. Same category.
Participate.
We have a lot to catch up on.
Do we?
We do. Least of all current events. And I think in the last episode we got a little political. I think we were still nonpartisan.
Yes, we.
But I think we had to address it.
We got a little political.
And the political landscape has shifted considerably since we've last potted.
Yeah.
And so that's something we're just going to make note of. We're not going to talk about it.
No.
But now we have a whole different candidate in the ball game.
Yeah.
Man, what a time to be alive.
Switcheroo.
The
old gypsy switch. Mm-hmm. They get you, look over here. Look over here.
I feel like that's probably not okay to say anymore.
David blamed us good.
I don't know.
It is. It's fine to say.
Is it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I feel like it's a people group that...
You don't participate. Okay, first off, can we talk about how many gypsies we think listen to our podcast?
It doesn't matter.
I actually see the demographics. It's mostly gypsies.
Guys, when we were in Italy...
Yeah, go ahead.
Circa 2006.
Go ahead. This was the big stand I took. I took a stand.
Guys...
I won't be marginalized. I won't live...
Be victimized?
I won't live afraid.
I won't be victimized.
I won't be victimized by gypsies. The Brandon Birdwell story.
Guys, okay. When we were in Italy circa 2006, Brandon was studying abroad in London. And this was before Brandon and Lindsay got married. Jeff and I and Lindsay flew over to meet Brandon in London. We went from there to Italy and to Spain for a couple weeks. We had a delightful time.
Spain.
I'm really glad we did that.
Me too.
And we talked about that in one of our earliest episodes.
Tell you who's not glad we did that. The gypsies.
So Brandon had a backpack.
Jansport.
Transport.
Old Faithful.
And we had been warned ahead of time about the pickpockets in the Italian railway stations.
Yes.
And someone had told Brandon that the people group responsible largely for the pickpocketing were the gypsies. Now,
the gypsies.
is that appropriate to say anymore? I'm not sure.
I'm positive it's fine.
I don't want to put this out there. So I'm saying that term for the sake of the story. I look over in the railway station one day, and Brandon, in his mesh backpack pocket,
Yeah, that's right.
has written a note, probably on a napkin.
Can only imagine. I didn't have paper.
Scrawled it. And what were the exact words on this note?
I'm trying to remember because they weren't appropriate. It was it was deriding the gypsy. It was telling him, it was basically saying, hey, gypsies,
I see you.
kick rocks, gypsies.
Kick rocks.
Pound sand.
You're not stealing from me.
You swish out of here with all your scarves.
Don't you approach this Jansport.
And if you do, you're getting insulted. If you take it, you're going to at least read a note that was meant for you.
I wish I could remember what it said.
And then one of them came and tried to cast a Thinner spell on me.
No, that didn't happen.
Have you watched Thinner lately?
No.
It is unhinged.
Well,
As a film,
okay.
you need to watch it again.
Not surprising.
Spoiler alert, he gets thinner. But all the stuff that happens along the way,
Unhinged.
chef's kiss, Sir Stephen King.
So that was a bit of a tangent, but that was a fun story. But we have a lot to catch up on. First of all,
Go ahead.
What you been up to this week or weekend? This weekend. We'll backtrack after.
I fished.
I know, which is not something you typically do.
Don't tell me.
You don't.
Don't talk. You don't know what I do when I'm not podcasting.
I've never heard of you fishing.
I'm up to my hips in the
Waders.
in the waders. Thank you for explaining what the term was. I was trying to come up with it.
Because you're such an expert fisherman.
I'm in the glades. I'm in the smush.
Swamps.
You watch me walking in the schmars, and I'll get out here. There's a gar. Here's a guar. Watch out, because there's a marlin ashore. Here he comes. Guys, cast 10 and 2. Make it dance. Dry flies.
Guys,
No,
you're
listen.
speaking nonsense.
I got a net. Okay. And I got like a marlin call.
That's not.
Have you ever heard a marlin during the rut? No. Have you heard a marlin in heat? Because listen here. I'm the lower 48 Marlin Carlin champion.
They're on the way. They're
Carl-
on their way right now.
The lower 48 Carl, the Marlin Carlin champion. Here he comes. Snack is brought to you by Charms.
Okay, guys. Brandon and Lindsay were invited
It's a carnch. He's blowing his carnch.
to go to a fishing cabin.
He loves caramels and carnches and marlins.
Guys, they got invited to go with some friends to a fishing cabin in Arkansas.
Arkansas. 6 hours.
I know, it was out there.
I didn't check that when I agreed.
Well, I
Thanks for the heads up.
received a text from Lindsay on the way, and she said, "We've recently discovered that it will take 6 hours to get there." And I thought, well, I don't know why you didn't know that before you set out.
Because I don't do my research.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. But in any case, it was 6 hours away. Where did you end up? Where was your final destination?
Flippin' Arkansas.
Where in there?
No, it's called Flippin' Arkansas.
Oh, that's the name of the town.
The town's called Flippin' Arkansas, which to
amazing.
me is awesome.
Yeah.
But no, is this place? It was a cabin. Mm-hmm. Had some guides.
Lovely cabin.
Yeah, it was great.
Rustic.
I mean, it was just a cabin.
Sure.
Cabin.
Sure.
There were 3 guides. One's name I can't recall off the top of my head. I feel terrible. Ours was named Curtis.
Sure.
And then Levi and Jess's guide was named Milkshake Mike.
That's great.
It's a little smaller reaction to that nickname.
I like it.
I got to know Milkshake Mike. We chatted afterwards. He's a good guy. But anyways, caught some fish.
Trout.
Rainbow trout.
They were lovely.
Yeah, I did it.
So did you learn some things?
I did, actually.
Okay.
I'm coming for your tiara, Jeff.
Do
I'm
you
coming
think-
for your crown.
Do you think you and Jeff, you might like to go do that with Jeff sometime?
If he could fix all the tangles I get myself into, sure. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. I can cast.
Sure.
I can. If a fish gets on my line, he's coming home.
Yeah.
But if I get tangled, if
Yeah.
I have to tie a fly,
Yeah,
don't know what to do.
I get it.
And frankly, I shouldn't have to. I'm the talent. I need
How do
someone
you feel about taking the fish off the hook? Do you
I'm
feel
fine.
bad about that?
No, I'm bad for the fish.
Well, can you do it?
Probably.
Okay. See, Jeff's good at that too.
He's good at he's got the whole thing.
Well, he's been doing it a long time. So you went with Mike and Jenna, dear
Yeah,
friends, and
did.
Jess and Levi.
Did.
And you guys had a nice time.
Did. Caught some fish.
That's good.
Caught some fish.
Yeah. Beautiful down there. Beautiful country.
They tried to make me play some stupid domino game. I hated it.
Okay.
You would have hated it.
Yeah, I don't.
It was the worst.
Yeah, I don't like card games. Not a fan of domino games.
They're just thick, hard cards.
It's what
is
they
all
are.
they are.
That's what they are. And I know there's a lot of you out there that enjoy a card game.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. It's not
listen to
even
the-
like I can say I wish I liked card games.
No.
Because I don't wish that.
I wish y'all didn't. Go listen to some dork podcast where they talk about
Cards.
Sorry, where they talk about what are some card games? What are some
Poker?
names? Poker. I like poker. I like poker, but that's not a card game to me.
It's the ultimate card game.
You don't know gambling like I do.
That's true.
I had a run.
No.
I had a run.
No.
I took 3 stacks of high society out to Atlantic City.
Did you?
No, but I did play online for a little bit in college.
Okay.
I actually I did okay.
Yeah, I don't like cards. I don't like cards. Okay, so you had your fishing trip. My weekend, sleep is here's what I'll say about my weekend. Sleep is very elusive right now.
Sure.
I wasn't sleeping great last weekend, and then I packed up and went to middle school camp also in Arkansas.
Which is where you go to catch up on your Z's.
We're a youth camp, middle school youth camp even.
That's not the letter you go to catch up on at middle school camp. You don't catch up on your Z's. You catch up on your B and your O. That's what you catch up on.
It's true.
Okay?
It's true. And we'll get into it.
Welcome to the stink.
We'll get into it, guys. But also, my cure for that is hosting a sleepover tonight at my home for Hope's friends.
Sure.
Belated birthday sleepover.
Sure.
And also, you know what's tomorrow night? The youth group lock-in at the church.
Oh,
Both. Double whammy.
trap it.
Double whammy.
Trap it. It's like a house being bug bombed.
Trap it.
The stink.
No, I'm just talking about sleep,
Lock in.
not stink. I have not
Sleep,
slept.
not stink.
I have not slept in 3 weeks is what I'm telling you. Okay, I want to go back to 2 weeks ago. We're going to get more into middle school camp here in just a moment, but I want to go back to
Awesome.
a couple weeks ago.
Awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear about it.
You can stop it, okay?
I don't think
I am 50% of this podcast,
I don't know that I
and
can.
you will listen to me talk
I
about
don't
middle
know
school
that I
camp
can.
because it was great.
I'm 50% of this podcast, and you will listen to me talk about middle school camp.
Period. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, not quite 2 weeks ago, we went on a trip together to California.
You and me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You and Linz, dear friends Jess and Levi, and Jeff and I went on this trip together. We try to take a trip together once a year. We try,
Yeah.
and it's great. You've taken 2 trips with them in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we went to Paso Robles. We were calling it Paso Robles. The locals
that
call it Paso Robles.
yeah, and I've got beef with the locals on this one because
You think they would know?
I don't know that they do. Because it sounds so much worse.
I don't know.
Paso Robles. Robles. Paso Robles.
No,
Hamburger.
it's not French.
Paso Robles.
Yeah. So we went there. Those of you who've been with us for a while might remember that Jeff and I took a trip there last spring for our anniversary. We enjoyed it so much that we thought we would love to go back with some pals and siblings.
And we were the best you could find. So it worked out.
It worked out great. And This is such a beautiful area, guys. If you enjoy wine country, a Napa, a Sonoma. This is like that.
A flip in Arkansas.
Only super laid back. Super laid back.
Yeah.
Beautiful countryside.
Beautiful country.
Wonderful food.
Wonderful food. This message brought to you by the Paso Robles Department of Tourism.
Anyway.
Because it's come on in. The wine is wonderful.
Okay. Anyway, so we went.
Paso Robles? As in I wonder what happened to Paso Robles?
The very place. So we flew out separately. You guys flew out with Levi and Jess. Jeff and I flew out together because we took two separate airlines. Okay, Jeff and I flew into the airport at San Luis Obispo. Once again, how do we pronounce it, locals?
San Luis.
Help us.
San Luis Abysmal.
Help. Bismol.
San Luis Bismilk. Guys,
Sponsor us, Bismilk.
you might be late, but your tum-tum will feel great. Brought to you by Peppy Bismilk.
It is the most charming airport I've ever been to. It's tiny. There was live music.
You've clearly never been to... Go ahead.
LaGuardia.
Yeah, to O'Hare. Heard of it? Quaint. Teensy-weensy. Accommodating.
LAX.
Efficient.
Tiny.
Yeah, you might have liked San Luis's abysmals, but I guarantee you didn't see, someone from The Bachelor. You didn't see a Kardashian walking through.
I didn't. And it was great.
You didn't see Paris Hilton with her dog, her little chihuahua.
I didn't. It was the kind of airport where you have to walk down the steps outside even.
Oh, the little on the you're exposed to the elements.
Yeah.
You feel like the Beatles getting off.
You kind of do. It's very charming. So we got there and we rented a car. It was a Chevy Bolt. I'm not going to tell you the name of the car company because we need to protect Jeff.
Can we talk about something?
And we'll talk about that
You've
in a
been
minute.
saying it since you got in that car.
What?
Are you just incapable of saying V's, or do you really think it's a Chevy Bolt?
What?
Because it's a Chevy Volt.
It's a, what did I say, Bolt?
Yes, and you said it the whole trip.
I
I was
did?
starting to wonder if you knew,
Or
if
if I
you
was
were
just-
trolling,
Oh, I knew. I was just making fun of it.
or if you're just like, can't pronounce V's anymore.
You know what? Either could apply because it's an electric vehicle, right? Bolt of lightning. It's a Chevy Jolt. Jolt of electricity, right? They're interchangeable.
They're not.
Bolt, jolt, volt.
They're not. It's fine.
It was a Chevy Volt, guys. That's what we rented.
Thank you.
All right, so
That's not a Dodge Neon. It's a Dodge Peon. Guys, because it's all the same. We don't need what we used to be a society. We used to have rules, but now a Volt's a Bolt, a Jolt, a Peon, and a Neon.
that's
Cars.
guys, I really didn't realize I was doing that, but that's hilarious. Okay, so we got in first. We rented this, but I'm not going to say the name of the rental car company because of what happened on the way home. And we got to protect Jeff. We got to protect him at all costs.
Because if he goes,
We all go down.
he's the Jenga piece that will bring the whole thing down.
It's true. Okay, so we got in first. We go to our hotel. We stayed at the Allegretto again in Paso Robles. It is a lovely place. How would you
We
describe
stayed
it?
at the Alligator in Paso Robles.
How would you describe the Allegretto? It's interesting.
It's like a time warp.
Yeah. It's an amalgamation
Go ahead.
of different styles from around the world.
Yeah, it's like the continental breakfast of a hotel. It's like they just brought it all together.
Yeah.
My favorite part
Okay.
was when I came walking out into the lobby and no one was there yet,
I know what you're going
and
to
I
say.
just heard from the corner,
You heard the Candyman.
and I looked over there,
Candyman can.
and no amplification,
No.
just standing in the
By
corner,
the fireplace. Lurking.
dressed to the nines.
Nines.
I had to confirm that other people saw him. I was making sure that there wasn't a ghost serenading me in the corner of the Alligator. I'm walking through and I just hear,
He mixes it with love and makes
Golly.
The Candyman from
And
Willy Wonka.
And then it's impossible to not make eye contact with him because he's panning the room.
And he's got a thing out for tips.
And when he locks in on you,
You're
the Candyman can.
doomed.
And I cannot.
No.
Because he's just staring into your soul.
Yeah. It was awkward.
That's the weirdest thing.
It was very awkward.
At least have a microphone.
Yeah.
Just singing in the room.
I respect it, though. Good for him. He looked very young.
He sounded great.
He sounded
That's the problem.
voice of an angel.
He sounded good enough that he sang at my back for long enough that because I thought he was a recording.
Right.
And I turned around and I was like, whoa, nope.
Hi.
Haunt it. Haunt it.
But the Allegretto is an interesting, it looks like an Italian villa, but it houses art from Asia, ancient Egypt,
Sure.
Modern art,
Yeah.
Greek and Roman statuary.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening.
There's
a
stuff.
lot happening with it.
It's a lot happening.
But it's beautiful. And the best thing about it are all of the little gathering places. Places where you and your party can sit around a fire pit in a beautiful courtyard, enjoy a bottle of wine. And we did a whole lot of that. Okay. So you guys arrived in a lime green Jeep. Mm-hmm. Because our buddy Levi had used an app that I'd never heard of.
It was
Turo.
a lime green Jeep Dangler. Guys,
Strangler.
while we're mispronouncing car names, a creep strangler. Guys, a meep dangler. Here it is. We pull up.
Right next to the Chevy Jolt.
The Chevy Jolt and the Jeep Dangler.
But it was lime green.
Yeah.
And that was really something.
It's like a highlighter. It was. It's on wheels.
It was. Because he had used this app, guys, that you might be familiar with called Turo. It's like an Airbnb for cars.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. But you flew into San Francisco and then drove all the way
3 hours.
Paso.
3 hours in a Jeep Dangler.
And it was the genesis of what Lindsay said. It's just going to be nice to stand.
Yeah, it's just going to be nice to stand.
She said that for the whole
It's going
trip.
to feel good to stand.
It's going to feel good to stand. Okay, so that night after we all got checked in, we went to dinner at a Spanish restaurant called Junction
Yeah.
in town.
Which is such a Spanish name for a restaurant.
Right.
At least call it like Los Junction or El Junction.
Yeah,
But Junction
I know.
sounds
I know.
like we're going to eat chili dogs.
I know. It kind of, yeah. Ding, 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 ding,
Right,
ding,
we're
ding.
gonna the wait staff's gonna have the bindle over their shoulder and then
Or a railroad. Woo-hoo.
yeah, and just roast and beans
All aboard for supper.
all aboard for supper. It's pretty good.
Okay. So anyway, we ate at this place. It was delicious. You guys got some sort of a meat platter.
The meat Jeff Levi and I, yeah, it was a big meat heap.
With chimichurri.
Meat heap.
Yeah.
And it was good.
It was real good.
I'm not gonna say that it wasn't.
We had great wines that night.
Grape wines that night.
What I loved, grape wines every day, is when we were walking out to the car, you were like, you stopped walking and you started shaking your leg and you're like, here it comes. And I was like, what is actually happening? And your cell phone just slid out of the bottom of your pants.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it happens all the time.
Misdirection.
My pocket's got a hole in it.
Yeah, my pocket's got a hole in it. And I
Just keep putting your phone in the pocket. Keeps coming out your pants.
I was wearing those jeans today. It happened numerous times to me today because I'm used to muscle memory. I'm used to putting my cell phone in my left pocket and my keys in my right pocket.
Okay.
And I just slide it in there without thinking.
Yeah.
2 strides in,
Here it comes.
I got an iPhone halfway down my thigh. Zip, zap, zowie. Here it is coming out of my ankle.
You need Hope to stitch that up for you.
I just need hope.
She's
Because here's the thing, guys.
she's a seamstress.
She is a seamstress, but I don't know if she can handle this. Pretty big hole in my pocket.
Yeah.
Big enough for a cellular telephone.
But it happened multiple times.
I don't think about it.
You need to
A lot.
fix
I need a
it.
lot of things.
Oh, you need Hope.
If we're making a list of things I need, fixing the hole in my pocket's like number 8.
You need Hope to fix it.
There's a hole in my pocket.
Dear
pocket. Yeah, dear Liza. And you need hope to fix it so I don't drop my phone.
That was great.
I know.
Dad and I sang that song in a church talent show one year.
Last week.
And that's...
Dad and I entered a church, a reverse mother boy, and we sang There's a Hole in My Bucket.
Yes. We actually lip sync it, so whatever.
Did you really?
I think we might have won an award.
Participant ribbon?
Nope.
Did you? What award did you win?
I don't remember.
Saddest? Gangliest gal?
Yes. How'd you know?
Most ruffles?
Yeah. Yes. You're the worst. Okay.
No, that's the award you won.
The next
You're the
day-
worst.
Quit it. It's a sweet memory and it's on video somewhere. Okay, the next day we went on a winery tour. Would we call it a winery crawl? Is that crass when speaking of wineries?
It feels a little more like bar and brewery, but I like it. In the parlance of our hometown and homeland, I think crawl is acceptable.
We went on a winery crawl.
Yeah.
The first place we went to was Epic. It is spelled
Dumb.
like you would think it would be pronounced epoch.
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 Yeah.
What did you think of that place? Jeff and I had been before, and we wanted to take you guys.
It was lovely.
It was lovely.
I felt like I was being pampered. I was the belle of the ball.
Yeah.
I felt like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman.
Yeah. Because we walked in and our host, Toby, shout out Toby.
Our host, Richard Gere.
No.
Toby.
He was great. He was very young. He was very knowledgeable.
He had a lot of information.
Lots. So we come in and there's this beautiful seating area and there are these printed out papers that say Engle Party. And all of these wines are poured with the name and sort of the flavor profile of each. Sit in these comfy armchairs. Sorry, I hit the mic. And he just walks us through the thing. Here are some of the words that Toby used to describe the wines we tried that day.
Go ahead.
Crushed rocks,
Yeah.
graphite,
Yeah.
jammy,
And so many
rhubarb.
bits of graphite in my teeth after that. So to answer your question, how was Epic?
Fantastic.
A little too many rocks in my
rocks.
mouth. No, yeah, they do. They say that. And I can't ever tell if they're messing with me. You're going to taste blacktop.
I wonder if they toss in a few to like...
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Mess, yeah.
And then sometimes they get like, this one has crushed blackberries, leather, and and treason.
And then they just keep right on going. And you're like, wait, what?
What do you
Did he say
taste?
treason?
What do you taste? High treason. I taste forlorn.
Arbitration.
And I taste arbitration and lemon peel. Here we go. Guys.
Lemongrass was one of the other ones we had with a white wine.
Yeah.
And we were talking about our palates. I wouldn't say I have an incredibly discerning palate. I kept calling everything jammy because to me that applies.
It's like liquid
It
jam.
comes from a fruit.
It's all jams and preserves.
It's all jams.
You're like a bear.
But
you just,
Lindsay
she's got a good palate. Better
has
than
a
mine.
good palate.
Yeah.
She'd be like, oh, I taste that. And then it makes me wonder too, when they say the descriptors before you taste it, if then you taste it because.
There's the placebo effect exists very much because I will take a sip of something and I'll be like, oh, and sometimes I can identify stuff. Like
Sure.
I'll taste a wine and I'll be like, oh, grapes.
Peachy. It's peachy.
Peachy grapes.
Jammy.
But I'll taste it and I'll be like, yeah, that tastes, basic high level stuff. And then they'll start pointing out stuff. And then I can maybe I'm convincing myself that I taste it or what, but like, then I'm like, oh yeah, no, I totally taste Riverbank.
Yeah. A lot of talk of soil.
A lot of soil.
Soil in there. I didn't taste soil. Toby.
Hey, Tobers.
He was great though.
He knows his soil, Toby.
He was great. And what's so cool about Epic is the building is
Epic.
very old.
Yeah.
And they have like preserved it, but it's like sort of a mix of industrial. It's a beautiful building. Dates back to the
Industrial chic.
1800s.
The Atrian Hundreds, which was a wonderful time.
It was a wonderful time. But so that is one of our favorites. We absolutely love their wines. And then we moved on for lunch to Niner. Mm-hmm. And what a place that is.
Go ahead.
It's stunning. The grounds, the buildings, all of it.
The soil.
Also, that meal ranks up there for me
Yeah.
in my life of meals.
Very tasty.
And I've been alive a while. I don't know if you know that.
Guys,
And so that meal was great.
she's no spring chicken.
I'm not. And speaking of spring chicken, what I ordered
Was spring
was
chicken.
spring chicken, spring fried chicken over a bed of kale salad. And you know, when you see a kale salad on the menu, it's a risk because kale can be very chewy.
Not if you
This had
massage
been
it.
massaged.
If you massage your kale
It was-
with olive oil and salt.
Yes, and they had done that, obviously.
Obviously,
Best
Niner.
fried chicken I'd ever had.
Really?
Michelin star rated restaurant.
Was it really?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know that I knew that.
We told you that.
Okay.
You got a filet.
Yeah, I did.
Lindsay got rigatoni.
Sure.
What I loved about your filet were those chicken fried mushrooms on the side.
You know, Levi and I talked about it.
He didn't care for
I
them.
liked them a lot, but they were not necessary for the meal. You could have just sauteed the mushrooms. I didn't need
loved
the
them.
Well,
I ate several because I don't think he enjoyed them that much.
well.
Anyway, it was such a delicious meal. Our host at that meal was great too. I forget his name and I feel bad because I know he's listening.
It wasn't Toby.
Or maybe it was and I forgot the other guy's
He's
name.
not listening. You know why I know he's not listening? Because he's not a gypsy, and we're primarily made up of a gypsy listeners.
Right. Not anymore after your offensive rant.
Come on. Come at me, gypsies.
Maybe that's what the note in your backpack said. I think it is.
It was more offensive than that.
Okay.
Thank you for trying to do damage control this many years after that. But listen, the statute of limitations for crimes against gypsies is like 10 minutes, and we're
You're
way
making it
outside.
worse.
Oh, am I?
The
Sorry.
Brandon Birdwell story.
Sorry, gypsies.
How about that focaccia bread and the olive oil? What?
Delicious.
It's so good.
I love focaccia bread.
Yeah.
The little finger dimples.
Yeah. And it was homemade, freshly made.
Dude, when I like a real cellulite focaccia,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I do.
Because it's really a harbinger for what that focaccia is doing to me.
It's good to know.
It shows up, right. Don't show up all smooth and then turn me all
Dimply.
cratery.
Yeah.
Show up cratery.
Right. It's like a pepperoni pizza with your face when you're a teenager.
Yeah.
You know?
Just at least give me the facts. Let me know what the score is, focaccia, because I'm getting grosser by the day.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Ooh, I don't think I've been recording this whole time.
Okay.
And we're back.
And we're back. But so as I say, the gardens and the grounds of Niner Winery are
Niner Winery.
phenomenal.
It feels like you're saying it down a hallway.
Yeah.
Niner Winery.
Niner. And everyone who goes has to get a picture in front of it's called Heart Hill, and it's a stand of trees that's in the shape of a heart. And you were so excited to take pictures.
I just hate it. I know
He's
what I
the
look like.
worst.
I know what I look like.
Brandon.
What? Yes, that's what I look like.
It's for the memes.
Brandon.
No. But anyway, we also took a stroll through the gardens. And I don't know if it was the fact that it was the second wine tasting that we had completed, but the comments just got increasingly funnier to me. We were walking through the garden there, and Levi goes, "Dude, this is the freshest rosemary I've ever smelled."
Yeah.
Or lavender or something.
That was the rosemary.
It was the rosemary. That made me laugh really hard because
That's a grown man.
yeah.
Talking about how fresh, how fragrant the rosemary is.
Yeah.
But you got to stop and smell the rosemary.
You do. You absolutely do. That night we ordered appetizers from the restaurant at the hotel and just sat in the courtyard and
Yeah.
my notes app said courtyard fun.
Sure.
And that's what happened.
Wild. Courtyard fun?
And I want to give a shout out to our new friends.
Go ahead.
Shannon,
Yeah.
Cap
Cap.
/ Eric,
Eric.
and Creo.
Creo.
And I want to let our friends know how we met them.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm already reeling from the gypsy business. Make it worse.
Guys, okay. Brandon those of you who've been listening for a while know that I teach at the church. I wouldn't consider myself to be a pastor, but maybe some might call me a teaching pastor.
Pastor Blaster. And for those of you that haven't been listening, go back and listen so I don't get canceled right now.
So one of Brandon's bits that he does.
My favorite bit. Might be my best bit. It's on my greatest hits.
Depends who you ask. To mess with me, Brandon will say, whenever someone brings up the fact that I teach in the church, Brandon will say in a loud voice,
loud as I can get,
BT dubs, women in the pulpit, PU.
And then I won't stop.
No, he doesn't stop.
You mean to tell me
So the last
that
night,
the cloth, the woman of the cloth.
So the last night we're in the courtyard just enjoying ourselves, except for Lindsay, because she was not feeling well and she had gone back to the room. But the rest of us were out there. And Brandon starts in on this.
Yeah.
The courtyard is seemingly empty, but as he gets to going, I say, Brandon, lower your voice. Lower. These people don't know us. They don't know this is a bit. And he's like, whatever, it's fine. So I look over in time to make eye contact with a woman. And I see her kind of jolt upright when she hears Brandon say women
she
in
vaulted
the...
up. She vaulted upright.
She bolted upright. And she stood up and started walking towards our table.
No, I invited her over. Once I saw her, like...
But she said, she was like, can I add something to this conversation? And Brandon was like, sure, come on over. And I was like, Brandon, you've really done it now. You've done it now. I have never seen you apologize so quickly.
Well, I made it a point to let her know that this is my bit.
You did.
This is what I do.
He's like, here, just so you know, my sister teaches in the church and I think it's great. And you said some very kind things.
And then I said,
know if you meant them.
And I said, anyway, P.U. Get her out of here.
Anyway, so he managed to smooth it over. This was our friend Creo. She ended up sitting down and we had the best conversation. She was so awesome. She and I fixed all the world's problems. But then later she introduced us to her brother and his wife, Shannon. And we all just had such a lovely chat. And it was just a reminder, like you can meet friends anywhere. And we just wanted to give them a shout out. And hopefully we'll get to meet up with you guys again when we go to Paso Robles.
Guys, it was a reminder that the louder and more obnoxious you can be in public,
misogynistic,
the more friends you're going to make.
Yeah.
Listen, you can't spell misogynistic without massage.
And those make you feel good.
Man, that's a t-shirt.
Anyway, it was so funny though, and it made me so happy that he finally got busted for his nonsense.
I didn't get busted. I made friends. You're welcome. You befriended a fire captain from Northern California?
Yes.
Listen, here's the thing, guys. I also think that you can't spell misogynistic without massage is hilarious because of how unbelievably different they're spelled.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Okay. So that was the last night. The next morning, you flew out with us, and we had to get up super, super early.
Guys, I got a taste of that life.
Yeah.
Guys, I got a taste of that life. And here's the thing. When you bring a Southwest person, like you...
And we fly Southwest too. But you guys know that Jeff flies American or Delta most often for his business.
And he's got status. So
well, because he does it all the time.
He says, I got status, but upgrade us. And you know what they say? Yes, sir, Mr. Engle.
And they did.
And they say, is this one with you? And they point at me in my pot shop shorts and my...
phone
drifting down my leg and a mustard-stained wife beater shirt.
He does not wear that.
Here comes Brandon. Can I tell you something?
With his backpack that says, back off gypsies.
Getting upgraded to first class by my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
I am the real life Uncle Frank.
He kept saying that in the plane.
Put them in your purse.
Uncle Frank from Home Alone.
And I just was so sad that none of your kids were there so I could say, look what you did, you little jerk.
Uncle Frank's the worst.
He's the worst.
I would punch you if you said that to my children.
I agree.
That's awful.
I'll do a lot of things. I'll in public say that a woman in the church P.U. But to say to someone's kid, look what you did, you little jerk.
Yeah.
That's the only kind of stuff I say to my own kid. I'm not going to say it to someone else's. But no, it really is, because I grew up my whole life being like, Uncle Frank sucks.
Yeah.
That guy's a mooch. That guy's terrible. Yeah. What an awful... What? And here I am.
Stop it.
We call this fruition.
Stop.
Uncle Frank.
It was fun. So yeah, Jeff got us all upgraded to first class. But you're skipping over a really important part of the story.
Me becoming Uncle Frank?
No. So we have to leave super early. So we meet down at the Bolt at 4 a.m.
Dude's in the corner still crooning.
Yeah.
Hasn't stopped.
It's all night long.
It's about sunrise.
It's still dark outside, but he's singing about the sunrise. So we meet downstairs at the Chevy Jolt at 4 a.m. We were kind of a mess because I had left my fake AirPods in the room. Couldn't find them.
Yeah.
Tore the room apart. Yeah. Then you get buckled in and you're like, I left one AirPod in the room. So you run back up.
Which is a thing I do. Want to do because I sleep in an AirPod. When I can't sleep, I put in a podcast in one ear.
Yeah.
Sometimes they fall out.
Yeah. So you had to run back up. So we get to the airport a little bit late. Jeff returns the rental car, and it's so early that the rental desk isn't open. Again, I'm not going to say the name of the company because of what transpired next.
Yeah.
So Jeff drops the keys into the return box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walks back to us at security and realizes, oh no, I left my backpack with my laptop, all my work stuff.
Yeah.
Everything in the rental car. The car is locked and the keys are in a locked rental box.
Yeah.
So guys, I wasn't paying attention to what happened next.
I watched it all go down in awe. It was like watching a unicorn work.
Do you want to tell them what happened?
I watched Jeff look around for
no one was there
just long enough
to find a worker.
Yeah. And he couldn't find one. So he went behind the counter, got into the rental car return box, starts rifling around in there till he finds his keys, gets them, runs back out, gets in the car, gets his stuff, literally unflappable, gets it done. And I'll tell you this right now. If you want to talk about separation of the classes with air travel, if Uncle Frank over here gets into the rental car box, I'm catching a tase.
Nobody was back there, guys. Remember, this airport is tiny, tiny.
I'm down there. 1 minute, I'm looking for keys. The next minute, a Volt. Pee my pants. Phone out the pocket. No, but not Jeff. They go, oh no, that's just Mr. Engle.
No, listen.
Let it happen.
And I wasn't paying attention. He came back and he was all like flushed. And I was like, oh, thank goodness you got it. Did you find someone? And he goes, no.
I watched it happen.
And Lindsay goes, Jeff, do you have a key to the rental car place? As if he travels with them enough that they've had a DTR conversation.
It's just a thumbprint.
And they give him a key.
It's biometric. It's like what he does is he opens his eye and then it scans it. Yeah, and then he goes.
Anyway, guys, it was a whole thing.
Welcome back, Mr. Engle.
And I just...
Mr. Engle. You can do whatever you want, Mr. Engle. Rules, consequences, push off.
And guys, he put the keys back. He locked the car again.
Nope.
But
that car's ours now.
No, stop it. We drove it home.
The Bolt.
We flew it home.
We flew the Bolt. He actually just pulled it right into the cargo hold. Because you know what? Our first class passengers do whatever they want. Volt's on us. Meanwhile, Uncle Frank's over here trying to flag someone down for a ginger ale. Jeff's rifling through the keys. He went and got into all the cars.
I'm sweaty telling the story because I just knew when we were back on the plane that we were going to get called off the plane. But we didn't.
Not Jeff, me.
Everything was put back in its place. Everything was fine. He just got his backpack.
It was spectacular.
Holy cow. Don't do that, kids.
Jeff Engle waits for no man.
Well, we would have missed our flight.
Exactly.
And so...
Mr. Engle.
Anyway, another fun thing, not fun, that happened was that in the rush, Jeff and I had forgotten that we were going to check our bags. And he had put a beautiful bottle of wine in his suitcase to check. And so they confiscated it And Jeff was like, please tell me you guys are going to get to enjoy that bottle of wine. And they were like, oh no, we can't drink the wine. But I saw them inspect the label and tuck it off to the side.
You know what they did? They enjoyed that bottle. They went.
I hope they did.
I hope they went and got into the key box, got them some keys, found the nicest car they could, and then just housed a bottle of wine in the back seat.
I hope they did.
I hope they found a nice Tesla. Mm-hmm. Turned it on self-driving mode around the parking lot. Actually, that's not what I hope. I hope they
hope they found a Cessna?
A Cessna. I hope they found a Cessna. And
oh my gosh. But you did in first class, you acted like you owned the place.
Well, because...
And you kept yelling. There was a family who came down the aisle with a baby and all of the accoutrement of a baby. And you were like, man, glad those days are over. I'm childless in first class.
What am I to do? Here's the thing.
And I agreed with you.
Dance like no one's watching.
Yeah.
Sing, love like you never been hurt.
Yeah.
Fly like you get to be in first class only once in your entire existence. If I'm in first class, I'm dancing in the rain. I'm up here.
Yeah.
Hot towels for daddy.
Yeah.
Bring them.
Yeah.
We don't do that, sir. Well, then moisten up some TP and let me rub these knuckles with it so I can get ready to dip in these snacks.
Mimosas all round.
Just keep them coming. If you see my mimosa start to get kind of losa, fill her up. Do you guys have a beer can helmet that I can drop my mosies in? Guys, I'd like to watch an in-flight. I'd like to peruse the in-flight entertainment. Could you please provide me with my complimentary monocle? Guys.
My ascot.
I just, you know, when you're part of the cattle call crowd,
yeah,
you got to soak them when you get them.
Traveling with Jeff it's a different experience.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dude, no consequences. No rules. No rules, no consequences. Free cutlery. Whatever. The drinks come in glasses. Like, dude, they're made of glass.
They're glass, guys.
I'm drinking out of a glass. Instead
on a plane.
I'm here in Southwest drinking out of a red Solo cup. Would you like some more moonshine? We just made it last night.
And you feel fancy when they give you the whole can.
We just to conserve, we just wrung out a towel with bath water. Would you like some? The ice is filthy. And here I get upgraded.
Yeah.
I'm drinking out of the finest china.
I'll tell you what, guys. I just kept saying to Lindsay, thank you for loving him.
The peanuts were just a little bit more roasted.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Anyway, it was fun. But we got home safely and on time, and all was well. You know, we weren't stopped about the key incident. Everything was fine. I do have a couple of quotes in my notes app that I wrote down typed down in the moment on this trip, and I don't have context for them. So I was going to see if you could help me remember the context.
I can try.
So the first one is this. This is just a quote. In quotations in my notes app, it says, "Welcome to your colonoscopy. Here's a rosé."
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I remember saying it.
Okay. In what context?
I just probably talking about how like everywhere, you know what it was? I was getting a colonoscopy.
In Paso.
They're really the finest colonoscopies in all the land. No, because everywhere you show up before a tasting,
yes,
they present you with a rosé.
Yes.
And so I was thinking, is this just everywhere? Do I walk into a CVS and they present me with one? Do I walk into a colonoscopy and welcome to your colonoscopy? Here's a rosé.
Here's a rosé.
I think that's what it was.
Okay, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Here's the next one. I don't know about that. My partner is a large man. From
that was,
and then /mattress.
Yeah, that was when Lindsay was trying to get a new mattress.
Because you guys just got a new mattress. Okay.
And she literally said on the phone to them, "I don't know about that. My partner's a large man." And I to myself thought, well, now wait a minute. You just wait a hot minute. So there's a lot to unpack in that sentence for me personally, emotionally.
Yeah.
My partner's a large man.
So you were trying to determine which mattress would be the best fit for you.
That's like a line of dialogue from that Brendan Fraser movie. Here's Brandon.
The whale.
Speaking of upgrades, Could you get the reinforced steel girders on this one? My partner's a large man.
How's the new mattress working out for you?
Large.
Do you love it?
That's nice.
A Nectar?
I mean, I don't know.
Sponsor us, Nectar.
Yeah, please? Because I'm a large man.
Love it. But the trip to California was fantastic. I got home just in time to do laundry, pack up, and head to Siloam Springs, Arkansas, to John Brown University for CIY conference with our middle school students. I drove the 15-passenger van. I did it. And it really was fun to all be together. Shout out Perry First Presbyterian Church for letting us borrow your van because we don't have one.
Good job.
But I went with our team leader, Katie. We love Katie. She
do.
did a fantastic job.
I bet she did.
And then our buddy Chris from church, and he was absolutely magical. Shout out, Chris. You know, because here's the thing. Middle schoolers are a unique group.
That's one way to put it.
Not everybody has a heart for them, and they should because they're great.
And we all were them.
We all were them.
And I thought I was awesome when I was them.
Yeah. I didn't think I was awesome.
Well, it's good to have perspective.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
I did.
Well, good for you for being so self-aware.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you still know that you're not awesome.
There was a lot of camp smell maxing
Go ahead.
to try to mask the BO.
Smell masking.
Yeah. A lot of Axe body spray. A lot of Sol de Janeiro for the girls. All those tropical scents.
Okay.
The Brazilian Bum Bum cream lotion that all the gals are doing.
The Brazilian bum bum cream was a different thing when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's for chafing.
Diaper rash.
Baby, you need some Brazilian bum bum cream.
It's the scent of the day now.
Been at the water park all day. I'm just going to let you know, listeners, you're not going to hear this, but the music's going to start playing in our ears because I didn't adjust the thing right. But we're just going to talk right through it.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I can. But yesterday,
You can do
it
it.
is.
No, you can do it.
Okay. Yesterday, I want to share this. I told you that Harrison's 16th birthday happened.
Yeah.
He took his driver's test yesterday, passed
Flying colors.
with flying colors.
Yeah, he did.
And now he's a man about town.
I'll bet he is.
About town.
Intergalactic planetary.
It's time.
I
And
fixed it.
now
I
I
turned
have
it
an
on.
errand boy. Oh, errand boy. We need some milk.
Graduated from pantry boy to errand boy.
Exactly.
Here we go.
And he's actually like eager to do that because he wants to have places to go.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're back to real life now, back to preaching this week.
I know, guys, and I've been working really hard on it. It's going to be a real barn burner. It's going to be called Women in the Pulpit. PU.
How's your algorithm?
Chef Reactions is back in a big way. A ton of Olympic stuff.
Yeah. Politics.
Not as much politics, which is great. And I think it's because when I see it, I just go, oh, God, I just scan past it so I don't land on it.
click on it.
Olympic stuff, Chef Reactions. What was one that just popped up? Oh, there's this dude who it's called Red Hot Ball Experiments. It's a dude with I say a dude, it could be a gal, but it's just a metal ball.
Okay.
And they just heat it up to just a crazy temperature, and then they just drop it in random stuff and see what it does.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
They drop it in honey and watch the honey go crazy. They drop it in glue. So it's kind of it's dumb, but every time one starts, I'm like, let's see what's up with this.
I'm in it
Yeah.
for sure.
It's a red hot metal ball.
I've got a lot of politics. I've been trying a new thing. Well, I tried a new thing without success called a chickle. And it's a cheese slice
Okay.
that you get kind of like toasty in the pan. And then you wrap it around a dill pickle spear.
Do you know what you need to do?
It's keto. It's bad for you.
What you need to do is take a pickle, get a drill bit, bore out the center of that pickle,
Okay.
slide a mozz stick inside that pickle,
Yeah.
maybe roll it in some like egg wash and panko, fry that bell,
Sounds delicious.
fry that bell.
The way you are staring at me right now. That's all the things that I love.
Deep fry that bell.
Got it. Okay. What you been watching, reading, or listening to?
Man, I am so Olympics.
Oh yeah.
But I am
What are you grasping onto? Is there a particular story for a particular athlete?
Man, it's sweeping the internet. But that fella, the Clark Kent guy from
On the pommel horse?
just sitting there,
Clark?
glasses on,
Yeah.
eyes closed until it was time to go, and he's just activated. went to the phone booth and changed into his super garb.
He did it.
It was great. I like that.
The gals sweeping.
Swimming is fun.
Yeah.
Women's gymnastics. Don't talk about it if you know what happens in the team.
I do. I saw a spoiler.
Those are fun because I feel like they do a better job of making that compelling content. Yeah. That I've watched some men's basketball, but all that listening to, I'm still so into the rewatchables.
Okay.
Have we talked about it?
No.
It's a podcast where they just break down one movie each episode, and it's 3 hosts, and they're all incredibly knowledgeable and really funny.
Yeah.
And it has made me, I've listened and then watched
all the movies.
Yeah. It's so great.
That's fun.
Rewatchables. It's great.
Okay.
Go into it.
We've been watching Chasing Monsters as a family. You know, we're just big into fishing these days. And so it's all about catching the biggest fish in the world.
That's called the Kardashians.
Okay. Then on the plane, when you were yelling, childless in first class, I was watching The Holdovers.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed.
Holdovers is great.
It's great.
With Paul Giamatti.
Yes. Heartwarming.
I watched Straight Outta Compton.
Yes, you did. And I kept saying, what is this? There was a lot of blurring out.
Yeah, and I said, I'm childless in first class.
Because I said, there are children on here. And you said, I don't care.
I said, not in first class. Not in this, yeah.
Anyway, we've been watching The Gentleman. It's something. Guy Ritchie, the series.
I
It's
like Guy
very
Ritchie.
good, but it's not for children, guys.
It's for first class only.
Anyway, what's your warm heart?
We didn't really touch on this much, but I played a full band show at
Yes,
Resonant
and I
Head.
hated to miss.
It's okay. Turnout was great. A lot of folks showed up, all of them very sweet.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take this opportunity to wish who helped bring a ton of people out
Yeah.
because it was her birthday weekend. Jackie came out.
Jackie.
And so I was supposed to wish her happy birthday from the stage, but I forgot in all the hubbub and excitement. So happy late birthday, Jackie, and thank you for coming out. So there's mine. All the people that came out, and what a fun time it was. Grant played with us. He killed it.
I love Grant. Hi, Grant.
Yeah, he did it. He was great. Anyways, what's yours?
He's the best.
Youth camp.
It's hard for me to choose.
16th birthday.
Yeah, basically. Camp really was heartwarming. It was fun to see my buddy Chris just crush it. Like, he sold himself short as being the fun guy, but man, he was so thoughtful and just magical with the kids. So that's a warm heart. And then my big guy driving now. What a milestone.
Thank you. I've been driving for a very long time, but I appreciate you. It feels pretty warm to me too. Open road.
Guys, it's good to be back with you. It's good to be back on Shedge.
It's fine.
And you know, I'm sure that our political landscape will have changed again completely in the following week. You know what? We'll talk about it. We'll debrief. Because that's what we're here for.
Okay. All right, I got a volt. See you guys later.
I knew it was going. Bye.
Bye.